Alright, it's been a while. I saw a video a few nights ago about things that Christians think are sins, but actually aren't. And to be honest, I didn't watch it, I skimmed through it. But one of the points that they mentioned was having doubts or questions. And I think for a lot of us, that's kind of like a, yeah, of course, that's not a sin. But there are also plenty of people out there that don't know that. And I think a lot of it stems from a poor framework of God's character. And I think you're probably more prone to this if you grew up with or you practiced another religion at some point. For example, Islam. Some questions that you have can be seen as apostasy. So you can imagine if you come from that background, you're probably going to bring that same mindset if you become a Christian. But I think that there's no better way in scripture to show how God handles people's doubts than in the book of John. And I want you guys to just pay attention, listen carefully to how Jesus responds to Thomas. This was after Jesus had resurrected and had appeared to the disciples. In John 20 it says, "Now Thomas, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, 'We have seen the Lord.' But he said to them, 'Unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my fingers where the nails were and put my hand into his side, I will not believe.'" A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." Then Jesus told him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." If you pay attention to what Jesus was saying, that's not a condemning thing. Jesus didn't say, "How dare you doubt?" No, he said, "Feel the nail marks. Feel the pierce in my side. Feel it for yourself, then believe." I think that's a testament to the loving nature of our God. How you can have questions and bring it before God. And he's not going to kind of push you away because you have those questions. It's not wrong to doubt. Now, doubt can lead to rejection, and rejection is a sin. I'm going to give you an example. If somebody is doubting the Trinity, for example, a very core, essential Christian doctrine, and they look and they see the verses in the Old and New Testament which teaches the Trinity, and they discard it, then that would be rejection. And I'll say this as well, it's also okay to just not know, especially if you are talking to somebody about Christ and they ask you a question which maybe you just aren't able to answer. That's okay. And the thing is, over this past year, as I've been gaining more knowledge on the scripture, the more I realize that I kind of don't know much. The more you learn, it really is the more that you realize, hey, I kind of don't know anything. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But bro, it's been 2 months, over 2 months, since I made a video on this channel. My bad. I think I just needed a little bit of a mental reset, but I'll hopefully be back to making more consistent videos. I'm not going to make any promises.